on TikTok, right? And for the first time ever, I heard about this thing called passport bros. Like, what? It's basically men flying to another country to get a woman who they feel like was raised, like, it's like very much like, don't date American women because American women are independent. We don't respect men, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, whatever.
But it's interesting that your reaction is to attack the men who are leaving and tell them that they're losers who aren't good enough to get a woman in the West. It's the man's fault. And you attack us Asian women too. You call us poor, submissive, desperate women who are happy with your table scraps and rejects. If you
Welcome to Rewind, my new online digital platform. Before we go any further, I want to take care of some quick housekeeping. I want you to smash that subscribe button. Smash the subscribe button and hit the bell for future notifications. We had 900 subscribers trying to get to 1,000. Cannot do that without your help. Hit that subscribe button and hit the bell. That way you're notified when the video is uploaded each and every week. Rewind with Tommy Handsome. Let's get right to it. We have some women, a bunch of women, a few women, but whatever the case may be, we have women that are mad at passport bros. Why? We just getting our passports and just going overseas. What's the big deal of us men getting our passport and going overseas? Men have been doing this for years, for decades. Women from other countries come here to find husbands. What is wrong with us men going overseas, finding girlfriends and wives? What is the big deal with you women complaining about passport men? Is it because no one is checking after you? Is it because you have no man? Is it because the pool of available men is shrinking and shrinking by the day that is leaving you ladies miserable, lonely, inside the four walls, doing nothing? Because most of you do nothing but complain. Let's roll this clip.
Okay, so I'm on TikTok, right? And for the first time ever, I heard about this thing called passport bros. It's basically men flying to another country to get a woman who they feel like was raised, like, it's like very much like, don't date American women because American women are independent. We don't respect men, blah, 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 this, that, and the third, whatever. First of all, you're going to jail. That is human trafficking. The fact that y'all are like literally committing crimes and y'all are putting it on social media, like, y'all are going to jail. That is human trafficking, babes.
Human trafficking? How is it that it's human trafficking? How is it going overseas and meeting women overseas is human trafficking? It makes no sense what you're saying, because a lot of rhetoric makes no sense anyway. A lot of you women do this. What do you get from doing this? Nothing. Running your mouth is not doing anything. There's an old saying, empty cans make the loudest noise. And that's all you're doing is making noise. How is it human trafficking? How is it that going overseas with a passport is breaking the laws, is breaking international laws? You making no sense whatsoever. All you doing is moving the narrative. That's all you women do. Complain and move the narrative to fit your own narrative. But it doesn't make sense what you're saying, because getting your passport and finding women overseas is not human trafficking. If you want to find out what human trafficking is all about, Google human trafficking. But some of you women can't read anyway. Some of you women don't want to read. Some of you women, as I stated before, are uneducated. So if you make statements like that because you are uneducated, don't educate yourself, you don't know how to read, you're going to make stupid, asinine statements as this is human trafficking. Ladies, you're making no sense. You have no argument.
That is human trafficking. But also, y'all all are ugly. That is like one thing y'all all have in common. Like, ashy, ugly. It gives like Samsung 5, like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but it's just like, it's an ash. There's an ash to each and every one of you, And the fact that y'all have to fly out of the country that is your native land, you have to go to a whole nother country to find a wife. Like that, y'all don't ever be thinking about stuff like that. Like, damn, am I doing something wrong? I have to go to a whole nother country to find a wife? Like, that's crazy, right?
And then you have the nerve to call these men ugly. This is what I don't get. This is what I don't understand. If these men are ugly, and these are men you don't want, and these men don't want you, what's the big deal? I don't get it. What's the big deal? You didn't want them anyway. You didn't want them because they dusty, they ashy. You didn't want them because they ugly. Leave them alone. And these men don't want you. So if these men don't want you, you don't want them because you claim that they ashy, dusty, and ugly, then what's the big deal? You didn't want them anyway. So let them be. If they want to find happiness overseas, then let it be. You didn't want them anyway because you said that they were ugly. And then you mentioned another thing that, again, doesn't make sense. How is it going to another country ridiculous and crazy? Women have been doing it for years, for centuries. Like I said before, Stella got her groove back. I see women on girl trips going to Jamaica, the Caribbean, and other parts of the world. They do it all the time. But when a man gets his passport, all hell is out because a man is doing it. Because now you feel that the gene pool of men is shrinking because they're going overseas and they're not looking after you. And all of a sudden, you're making it the goalpost, moving the goalpost once again to create your own narrative. That is something crazy about black men going to another country to find women. If they doing it, and you didn't want them anyway, because they ugly and dusty and ashy, then let it be. You didn't want these men anyway. So let them be. Let them go to another country and they're happy. They leaving you alone because they ugly and you're happy. That way, guess what? Everyone's happy and everyone's living in harmony. Now, talk about ugly. Have you seen your oral hygiene? Have you seen your teethus? Anything that's ugly is your teethus. So instead of worrying about passport men and men getting a passport and finding women overseas, shouldn't you be worrying about making an appointment to see an orthodontist? That's a dentist if you didn't know. Because you're uneducated, you didn't know what orthodontist is. Look it up in the dictionary. Oh, there's no more things as a dictionary. Google it and you'll find what an orthodontist is. Anything that's ugly is your mouth. And I mean literally your mouth. So today's Stop Award goes to this woman who thinks she's so smart, thinks she is so irresistible, but this is the same woman that can't get a man. What you think of the statement that I just said, both men and women? So this week's Stomp Award goes to this woman who claims that she is so smart, claims that she is so... So today's Stop Award goes to this woman who thinks she's so smart, thinks she is so irresistible, but this is the same woman that can't get a man. And she needs to get her teeth fixed. Ladies, gentlemen, you want an unfiltered analysis of videos just like this one. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. If you like the content so far, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for future notifications so you're notified when a video is uploaded each and every week. You're watching Rewind.